to my channel. On this episode, I'm going to be teaching you how to highlight and enhance your natural features, so I'll see you back in a sec. Welcome back. Highlighting is one of my favorite steps to makeup application. It really does highlight and enhance your natural features. So now I'm going to show you a few different ways that you can highlight your features at home. Now starting off with a powder highlighter. If you get a highlighter that is specifically one shade, it really looks like a stripe on the face. So I'm going to show you a multicolored highlighter. So as you can see, this one over here, it has a lot of different shades to it. It's not all one shade. If you get a highlighter that's all one shade, it's literally going to look like a stripe on your face and it doesn't look very natural. So I recommend getting a pearl highlighter so that way it has multicolors in it, and also too it's multi-dimensional, so when you put it on your face it overall looks more natural but still gives you that radiance that you're looking for. So now I'm going to show you my favorite way to highlight my face. Starting off with the cheekbones, I like to actually start out with my warm highlighter shade first, and I'm going to go ahead and link for you all the highlighters that I'm using down below. Now starting off again with the face. I like to add a little bit of highlighter right over here, so right on top of my eyebrow, just to lift the brow, and also too I'll work that highlighter just right over the cheekbone. Now this highlighter you can see when you're out in the sun. You can see it a little bit in the light, but it doesn't really look like this intense highlighter because again, I like to build my highlighter. I don't like it to look like, you know, it's this really intense color and intense shine on the face. We will get there, but gradually. So as you can see, the gold highlighter just really gives you a natural highlight, so it almost makes your skin look more dewy. So if you're going for a look that doesn't necessarily show any highlight, but you want your skin to look overall more dewy, try to get a highlighter that matches your complexion, so that way it makes your skin look more radiant. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply this gold highlighter on this side, and you can instantly see how it makes my skin look more radiant, but I don't have this stripe of color on my face. Now the gold highlighter I just like to take on the rim of my face. I don't like to take it to the center of my face because we do get shinier throughout the day on our T-zone, so you don't really want to add any shine to the center of the face, just so that way you don't look oily throughout the day. So now moving on with the one that is a little bit lighter in color. This one's going to give you that intense highlight that you're looking for, but overall just look more blended and more seamless. And you can see how this one has more of a pearl finish. So like I said before, if I was just to put this on my face, you could see how unnatural that looks. So start off with a base highlighter and then move on with your highlighter that's just going to enhance that base. So now I'm going to go ahead and take that light highlighter and I'm going to put that right at the top of my cheekbone. You can even look up if you want to. So you can see how that really adds just this boost of luminosity to the skin, but it's not overall intense. It looks more soft and it looks more polished. So now I'm going to go ahead and move on to the other side. This is also great too if maybe you're the type of person that doesn't really have defined or high cheekbones. Highlighting and contouring does create an illusion. So you can really play up your face, highlight whatever features you love. If you love a certain area of the face, be sure to add highlight there. It really does highlight and accentuate, like I said, your natural features. So now I'm going to show you how I like to highlight the center of my face. I don't like to take one long stripe and put it down the center of the nose. If you take one long stripe of highlighter and put it down the center of your nose, it's going to make your nose look longer. So just be sure to take your highlighter and only put it on the bridge of the nose and right at the tip of the nose, because that's where the sun hits you. And then also too, it's not going to make your nose look really long because nobody naturally has this like really long white stripe down the tip of their nose. So I like to use a fan brush just to apply highlighter on the center of my face. Now I don't like to use a fan brush on the side of my face because it's way too concentrated and it distributes way too much color just in that specific area, and that's when it tends to look stripy. So whenever using a highlighting brush, just be sure to get one that's a little bit loose, so that way when you are applying the highlighter, it just overall goes on more soft and more natural. So now I'm going to go ahead and dip my fan brush and always go from pan to hand. And again, we're going to start from the bridge of the nose. I'll look over here so that way you can see. We're going to start from the bridge of the nose and then the tip of the nose. So you can see instantly how it adds this really beautiful highlight to the tip of your nose and to the bridge of the nose, and it does accentuate that narrowness of the nose, but it doesn't make your nose look like you have this really long white stripe. So you still get that highlight and that definition, but it's not overall unnatural. I'm going to show you how I like to highlight my lips. So again, I'm going to go ahead and take the pearl highlighter, and I'm going to put that right on my Cupid's bow. So your Cupid's bow is right where your lip goes up at the point. So you're just going to go ahead and place that right at the tip. Now I already have a little bit of lip liner and a little bit of lipstick on, but I just want to show you how it overall looks at the end. So once you're done taking a little bit of that highlighter and putting it on your Cupid's bow, you're going to go ahead and take a little bit of powder and put it on top of your mouth. And then once you're done with the powder, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my lip gloss, my all-time favorite lip gloss. I'm not going to talk for a sec so I can actually put the lip gloss on. This lip gloss is from e.l.f. I actually saw Jeffree Star review this on his channel, and once I saw it, I was obsessed. It is called Naked Nude, and I've been wearing this color for about 1.5 years now, and it's my go-to color. It's the perfect shade of nude. It doesn't really have too much of a light effect where it looks too pale, and it's not super brown, so it's a really, really beautiful lip gloss. So you can see instantly how that highlight just really makes the tip of your lips look overall fuller and more radiant, and it also does shorten that space between the nose and the tip of your lip. But now I'm going to show you how I love to highlight my eyes. This is really going to open, separate your eyes, and give you a lifted eyebrow sculpted look. So I'll see you back in a second. Before I do my eye makeup, somebody wanted to say hi. He just woke up from his nap. Say hi. Say hi. Are you camera shy? No, don't be camera shy. They're really nice. Alright, we gotta go now. Oh, you look so sleepy, so sleepy. Say bye, Pico. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I like to highlight and enhance my eyes. This is really great for people who have narrow eyes. So if your eyes are a little bit closer together, this will open and separate your eyes. And also too, if your eyebrows are maybe a little bit pushed downward, or if you don't have a really high arch, I'm going to show you a technique that will lift and arch your brow as well. So I'm going to be using the KKW Beauty Classic Collection just to show you how I like to highlight, and I'm going to be using the matte shade and the pearl shade. So I'm going to show you two different looks. I'm going to show you how to highlight if you like to use matte colors, and I'm going to show you how to highlight if you like to use pearl colors. You don't have to highlight using a pearl finish. Like I said, tailor it to your look, tailor it to your specific personality, and do whatever makes you happy. I know when it comes to me personally, sometimes I like to highlight looking more matte, and sometimes I like to look a little bit more radiant, so it just depends on the occasion and the type of person. So now I'm going to start off with a matte shade just to show you how you want to highlight if you like the more matte look. So just dipping into that really, really pale color, you can go ahead and take that and put it just right up underneath the brow. And any really light pale shade that you do underneath the brow is going to lift and arch the brow. And this is also great too for in between doing your eyebrows. If you have some stray hairs, you can just put this powder right over it, and it creates the illusion that you just got your eyebrows done. So that's also a really fun tip. Now I also like to take that powder and put it right at the top of my brow. Putting it at the top of your brow will give you a really, really beautiful sculpted brow, and also make the eyebrow look thicker, which is really great as well. And this also too will give you that nice lift that you're going for. So this is highlighted just with that matte shade, and as you can tell, it really does give you that definition. It makes the brow look more clean, it lifts and arches the brow, it makes the eyebrow look a little bit thicker from the top because we did put that white contrast right at the top of the brow. So this is a really beautiful way to highlight your eyes naturally without any shimmer. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. Now be sure to go all the way up underneath the eyebrow. You can only go all the way up underneath the eyebrow if you are using a matte shade. If you're using a really shimmery shade, if you take that shimmery shade and put it all the way up underneath the brow, it just doesn't look flattering and it looks really unnatural. So this is a really beautiful step if you are using a matte color eyeshadow. Alright, so that is just with the matte shade. So as you can tell, like I said before, it just overall looks more polished, looks more shaped, and looks overall thicker, which is really great. So now I'm going to show you how I like to highlight my eyes with the matte shade before we move on to the shimmer shade. Now whenever you want to highlight your eyes, you always want to start off on the inside corner of the eye. This will open and separate the eyes, like I said. So it really makes the eyes look bigger, more open, more awake. So start by putting it right on the inside corner of the eye. You can even kind of like look off to the side if you want to, right over here, just to make sure that you really get that inside corner of the eye. Now don't take it all the way over, because that's where we have our warm shade and that's where we add that contour to elongate the eye. So you're just going to put it right at the center of the eye. And then also too, I like to put it right at the tear duct. So if you go ahead and look up, you can put it right in that tear duct, and you can see how it just adds a little bit of brightness on the inside corner, and overall just makes your eyes look more open and more bright. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. And I'm just using a flat regular brush to add highlight. If you use a really loose blending brush, that highlight's going to go all over. It's not going to go in the area that you want. So just use a basic eyeshadow brush that's a little bit stiffer, so that way you can get more pigment on your eye. So again, I'm going to take a little bit of that and put it on the inside corner, and you can see how instantly your eyes just overall look cleaner, brighter, more open, more awake, and you still can highlight even using a matte shadow. So it's totally up to you. Do whatever makes you happy. So now I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of shimmer. You can also add shimmer on top of a matte shade too. This is usually what I do in my eyeshadow routine, because I don't like it, again, to look like I have all this makeup on. So this kind of lets me add the shimmer to my liking without it being, you know, overly shiny. So once I take that shimmer and just put it right up underneath the brow, you can really see how it enhances that arch of the brow. But again, you don't want to take the shimmer and put it all the way up underneath. Nobody naturally has shine right underneath their eyebrow, but we do always have a little bit of brightness over here. So just take a little bit of that pearl eyeshadow and just put it at the end of your eyebrow. Always do a little bit at a time, and then go back in. You can always add, but you can never take away. Perfect. Now if you want to add a little bit of highlight to the top of your brow, you can, but just do a little bit right at the tip. Again, just do a little bit right at the tip. I cannot wait for the eyebrow video, because I've been growing out my eyebrows for you guys, because I'm going to teach you how I like to tweeze and shape my brows, which is super exciting. So if you're interested to see how I get my eyebrow shape, be sure to tune into a later video where I'm going to teach you how I do my eyebrows. And hopefully it'll come sooner rather than later, because girl, these eyebrows are acting up. Okay, back to eyeshadow. So now I'm going to go ahead and take that pearl color and put it on the inside color of my eyes. Inside corner of my eyes. Now you can really see the pearl, how it just gives that brightness in the eye, which is super pretty. Beautiful. All right, so that is the highlight on the eyes, the highlight on the face, the highlight on the upper lip. So that is exactly how I like to highlight my face. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment me down below. I know a lot of people like to highlight their cheeks and highlight the bottom part of their face. So I'll just go ahead and show that to you guys really fast, just in case you guys do like to highlight right over here. Now, if you guys do want to highlight your cheeks, if you feel like you want to add more definition right over here, I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, you never want to take shine and put it down on the face. Shine always is going to be at the top of your face, because you're highlighting, you're accentuating, and you never want to bring attention to the lower part of the face when you're highlighting, because you never want to bring the face downward. So if you ever want to highlight your face, only use a matte powder. Now, I'm going to use the KKW Beauty Baking Powder. You can use this on your face as well. It's a really soft, finely milled powder that is in a loose powder form. Now I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit and just put it onto the back of my lid. And for this application, you're going to need a beauty blender. So go ahead and take a beauty blender, and you're going to dip that into the product, but don't go directly onto the skin. Like I said, it's going to distribute too much product. So go on to the back of your hand, and what we're going to do is highlight the face, so you can see how it kind of puts that stripe, but instead of putting that on the face and then wiping it away after, I'm just going to go ahead and do it step by step and subtly, so that way you can see the highlight, but it's not this intense, dry, chalky white mark. So whenever highlighting the face, you always want to start with the corner of your mouth and go towards your cheekbone. But never go on top of the bronzer. You can go underneath the bronzer. And you can see, you guys, how instantly it sculpts your cheeks, it sculpts your face, but it's not this really huge white stripe that you're putting on and blending after. So once you're done putting that on, you're going to go ahead and take your powder brush, and then whatever's left over on your powder brush, that's what you're going to put right over here. And you can see instantly how it does sculpt my cheek, but I'm not putting on, you know, all this powder and sitting here trying to wipe it off, and then I wiped off my foundation. So that is the proper way to bake the face if you want to bake the face. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side so that way you can see how to properly bake the face again. Again, you're going to go ahead and dip that beauty blender into your product, but never go directly onto the face. Take whatever's left over, put it on your hand. Always start on the outside corner of the lip and work your way to underneath the bronzer. And if you feel like you want your face to look a little bit more chiseled, by all means, just go back in, add another layer. Take whatever's left over on your powder brush and go ahead and just take that all over your face. So that way your highlight and your contour and all the work that we just did looks very natural. It doesn't matter if we look off to the side. Just overall, your highlight and everything just looks really subtle, really soft, and really beautiful. Alright, I really hope that you enjoyed this highlighting video. If you guys have any questions on how to highlight a specific feature or how to diminish a specific feature, feel free to comment me down below. But until then, I will see you on another episode, and I thank you so much for being here. Take care and have a beautiful day. Bye.